What's up everyone, Dan back at you with another video. Today's video we are going to be talking about the hotfix that was released this morning. I believe this just called the Borderlands 3 hotfix. Noel, one of the community managers over at Gearbox, made a post in the forums about 8 hours ago now, listing out that we are aware that there's a lot of buzz going on. We're aware that there's a lot of issues going on, and there was a hotfix today to address some of those issues. Not the big ones like the performance patches that are required on PC, not the pipe bomb, but some other issues that were a problem. We're going to talk about them. We're going to go through the bugs. We're going to go through the balance patches. And then we're going to give my personal thoughts. I think this is a good time for me to do these with every patch that comes out. We're going to talk about it with the goods, with the bad, and that there's not a lot of negatives to these patches. Now, the post itself we are going to read for the most part verbatim, and then we'll go through the post, and then we will talk about what we think about it. So right here we have Noel GBX. A hotfix is automatically applied at the main menu and Borderlands 3 is connected to the internet. In general, hotfixes are used to temporarily address issues between major updates. Hotfixes are not permanent. They are temporarily stored in memory during the game session and lost upon exiting Borderlands 3. Basically, this is applied when you are connected to the internet. If you're not connected to the internet, you get the old-fashioned, old-school, base, vanilla, whatever you want to call it. You get the other update. To ensure that you receive hotfixes, make sure that your system is connected to the internet when Borderlands 3 boots up, and hang out on the menu screen for a minute. So now we have the hotfixes. We are aware that the below list does not include issues that the community is immediately concerned with. We are hard at work evaluating performance problems and potential solutions for them. In the meantime, these are some of the balance updates that we can update quickly. Alright, first up we have the bugs. Yellow paint has been added to Amber Mire to mark a more obvious path to complete the Sabotage Crew Challenge. The new U station in front of the Helicon suborbital spaceport, used during the Space Laser Tag mission in the Meridian Metroplex, now has a larger activation range. The new U station in front of the Titaninscape, used during the Atlas at Last mission in the Meridian Metroplex, now has a larger activation range. The first Guardian a player runs into during the Beneath the Meridian mission is no longer overleveled. I believe when we thought that we were like level 15, and that Guardian was like level 28, I think. So it's nice that they're fixing that. The Iridian chest by the Grotto in Jacob's Estate is no longer invisible, which is nice. If you don't know, there's a chest there that you can miss very easily. So I'm glad they're fixing that. Now for the big ones. You ready for this? The balance patches. Iridian crystals in the Voracious Canopy grow less frequently. If you don't know, there is a area in Voracious Canopy that you can basically farm anywhere from, I believe it's 5 to 40 or maybe even more iridium in about 30 seconds. You can just stockpile it over and over. There's a couple of videos out there. They're patching that to where it won't be as many, nor will it spawn as often. Scale down the amount of loot drops in Mayhem mode. Mayhem mode 1, 2, and 3 gives you an increase of drops of legendaries. That is getting nerfed. You're not going to be farming bosses in 30 seconds and getting 5 to 7 drops anymore. It's going to be more along the lines of 1 to 3. I think it's perfectly fine currently. I think this is more of a fix or a hot fix to increase the longevity of farming long term. I don't think it's a problem. Mayhem mode is how it should be. Don't worry about it. We're still killing bosses in mere seconds. Loot drops are fine. They didn't take away your fun. Next up, we have Toric shotgun sticky damage has been reduced. If you don't know, Toric shotguns have a optimal option, I guess is the word. Has another feature where you can shoot impact or stickies. When you shoot them stickies, they all detonate after being stuck on a target. That scales based off of how many pellets are on the Toric shotgun and how many shots you shoot. as well. It allows you to do some insane damage that is being reduced. They didn't give us a percentage, they didn't give us a number. All we know is that the damage of those torque stickies have been reduced. Next up, we have reduced E-Tech shotgun elemental damage from flesh off your bones to a lot. That's a gun that I've gotten that I've never really used, so we're probably going to try it out soon, see if it's any better. I didn't enjoy it originally, but maybe it's better now. I can never say this word. Chupacabra Brach dropped too much of his hard-earned loot. Not too sure what that means. I don't know if that means it's dropping way too much. But whatever it is, that is being fixed. Next up, we have adjusted spawn rate of the loot tinks and mansion. They're special again. If you don't know, there is an area in Jacob's mansion, or I think that's the name of it. There's an area in there where you can basically spawn loot tinks 100% of the time. And if you're in Mayhem 03, as you're shooting them, they drop legendary after legendary after legendary, and then when you kill them, they spawn a whole bunch of more legendary. It was a really good way of farming legendaries if you didn't want a boss farm. That is being nerfed. That shouldn't be a thing. It's like if you were to find a legendary loot midget, and they always drop pearls in Borderlands 2, and not only 1, but 2, 3, 4, 5. That's kind of how this situation was with the loot tinks. I'm glad they're getting toned back a little bit, and we'll be okay with that. And then lastly, we have removed pain sounds from Troy for his boss fight. Troy is one of the boss fights at the end of the game, kind of a spoiler alert, but when you're damaging him, he likes to scream, holler excessively. Especially if you throw a pipe bomb on him, which is pretty hilarious, where he just constantly screams and goes into a loop of just doing nothing but screaming. That is being fixed. I'm really happy about that. And that's all of our patches right now. Hotfixes are applied at the game menu when you start the game. To ensure what the hotfix is being applied, go into the main menu and see if updates are available showing. Closing thoughts. I think none of this was unexpected. A lot of people are complaining that this should not be the priority, and PC performance should have been fixed. Vault space should have been fixed first. The pipe bomb should have been fixed first. That is all going to come, I think, in the next week or so. They did say there's a actual performance patch, or whatever you want to call it, showing up hopefully in the next week or two. I think all of that will be addressed in that patch. This is more of a hot fix to fix some really quick things. I don't think pipe bomb is an easy fix. I don't think performance issues are an easy fix. I don't think loot was an issue, but I understand why they are changing the way we address getting our loot. I don't think vault space is an easy fix, and I don't think a lot of these fixes that we're asking for, like the menu lag, I don't think all of that is easy fixes, and this hot fix is just stuff they can just turn on. Like they said, they can turn it off as well. This is just things that they can do real quickly to try to make some better quality of life changes to the game and increase the longevity of this game. I don't think, personally, it was nice to see legendaries dropping from the sky. It was nice to see a boss drop 4, 5, 6, 7 drops, but I don't think it was that big of a deal, specifically because yes, you're getting a lot of legendaries to drop, but a lot of those legendaries were quote-unquote trash for one reason or the other. Like I was telling in Discord tonight, I was farming last night on stream for about 4 or 5 hours trying to get specific artifacts, class mods, weapons to drop with the right stat rolls, with the right perks, with the right anointed talents on it as well. And I got none of those. This is going to make that grind a lot longer, because instead of farming and seeing 3 to 4, 5, 6 legendaries dropping, we're going to start seeing 1 to 2, maybe 3 dropping. And I mean, that's okay. I think long term that'll be okay. That'll just make those people like myself that are trying to mid-max our builds. I'm trying to finish up my Amara build, but there's an artifact that I'm missing. There's a relic that I'm missing. I think that's the same thing. There's a class mod that I'm missing. There's some things that I am missing that I want to move on to my next character, but I want to just finish or get as close to having a level 50 elemental Amara build complete. But I'm missing out on those things, so that sucks, but I understand it. For the majority of the people, they're not probably doing that. They just like seeing legendaries drop. I don't think this will be as big of a problem, but it kind of sucks. So yeah, that's all I got for you today. If you enjoyed the video, positive rating is greatly appreciated. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, all that stuff. Comment in the comment section about how you feel about this patch and what you hope the next patch is going to include. And yeah, we'll see you soon.